Show me what you got. I want to see what you got.
Okay, like, I'm sorry, but I don't really give a shit. Ultraman Arc is the biggest show of 2024. Fight me. I really love that this episode really puts in the effort to distance the ideologies between Skip and the GDF, pretty much, and using it with the semi-kaiju of the week / two-parter, and it worked so fucking well, with Give Us being kind of a different version of a Galactatron, with it speaking in melodies. So Yuma, like the bright boy that he is, understands that maybe they can communicate with him, which, hey, would have worked better if they had an Earthy, and it semi-worked? Well, not really, because pretty much from the entirety of the translation of what Give Us was saying kind of got separated to pretty much two phrases: do you have my enemy, and I will be your enemy, which is interesting, but it very much kind of like shows us that, yeah, like, which is very on the nose that, yeah, Give Us is just looking for someone, and pretty much, hey, if you are not giving me who I want, I would be the fucking, I don't know, your enemy, which is a cool thing, because, like, I don't believe that the show is really trying to make us feel that, oh my god, Give Us is the bad guy, because it's a thing that some tokusatsus would do, but here it's very much, hey, the GDF are kind of the bad guy here, and it does work, specifically having shown this entire situation, because show at first was very much like, hey, I would listen to what Yuma thinks about, like, maybe communicating with Give Us, but after he went and talked to the alien Croco, which I do like that they brought that character back, which is going to be kind of interesting what they talked about, because that scene was cut off after his meeting with the alien. He was pretty much on the side of the GDF, saying, hey, like, this Give Us is a robot that was pretty much made to invade other planets, so he is an enemy, and it's very much kind of like show he's still like a person that works in the GDF, so he would not, let's say, he would always bend the knee to the organization that he came from and not try to listen to everyone. And it is like super interesting, and using the two male leads to have this conflict within those two organizations and their kind of respective ideologies, to have this really big tension it was really well done, specifically with Yuma kind of returning to the same line that he said from the beginning of the episode, where he and Sho kind of re-met again when they were working up for a bunch of kind of trying to connect the dots between a bunch of earthquakes and kaijus, which Yuma did say to Shoma that, hey, a lot of people in Skip believe there is this wall between Skip and the GDF, but from at least my experience with you, it doesn't seem that way, and it's really good. Like, I genuinely love that in the end of the episode, Yuma pretty much told Sho, is like, yeah, you're like everybody that works in the GDF. You don't think far ahead, you think, first of all, let's just use our guns and not even try to communicate. Which, hey, for fuck's sake, like, no one on any Earth learned what fucking Scarred did in fucking Blaza. Come on, for fuck's sake, communication is key. And it just, first of all, I loved, like, Yuma's and Sho's faces, kind of like them reacting to each other, pretty much. Specifically, like, Yuma's actor, how much he's not, like, incredibly young. Like, Yuma's actor's 24. Like, for like Tokusatsu season, specifically like Big 3. This is quite young, but his face was so good because you can see that he was angry, but he was clearly regretting it, and you can see Sho's face being like, oh my god, I'm heartbroken, and having Bound there is like, hey, maybe step outside and take a breather. Like I love that interaction, because here's the thing, like I hope that this entire kind of tension between Sho and Yuma wouldn't just get resolved in next week's episode. I hope that maybe the show would have some balls and kind of wait with it. Have like Givas get defeated or something big, or let's say the big revelation happens about Givas would pretty much be brought up next episode. I don't want Sho and Yuma to really make up. I kind of want them to maybe semi-respectfully kind of nod to each other, but it's like, oh, they kind of hurt each other, so they need kind of some space, and they really build a bigger and stronger bond. And fuck, the usage of Givas in this episode was fucking incredible, because it does really show us that this kaiju or mecha, whatever you want to call it, really does toe the line between good guy and bad guy. First of all, showing us that he's a threat, which was great. Like, he overpowers not only Arc but also Gubira, which it is interesting. They kind of like, hey, we still have this like kaiju from like Trigger, let's just reuse it. Okay, but having it kind of like fight both the kaiju but also Arc and making Arc bleed is very kind of like, okay, he's kind of an anti-hero, but also kind of like a weird anti-hero, but he does save those kids from the crosshair of Gubura, so it is kind of interesting. Okay, like, where does he really set on? Like, is he really a bad guy? Is he a good guy? It seems like that maybe Givas is some sort of an alternate universe version of Arc, pretty much. Almost like, again, not exactly, but semi-similar. And there are some, rumors and theories about who is inside Givas. A lot of people talk about maybe it's June, because like, oh, they talked about bonds a lot in next week's preview, but I don't see that happening. How much it would be cool. June's character is alive. How much it would have been cooler if they just would have brought back Mizurugi. Hey, the way that he kind of was brought on is the same way that Mizurugi kind of brought on hell to the Ultra and fucking Earth, so it would work. But yeah, like, I don't see any of those really happening. Maybe they would make it someone that looks like Yuma. I think that would be like the most interesting thing. But yeah, like, if it would be Mizurugi or June, which it would be weird to bring in Mizurugi because Mizurugi clearly died in the end of Nexus, but June is still alive, so hey, that character can still pretty much return in any point. But yeah, like, as you can fucking hear, I clearly fucking enjoy this episode. Episode 11 of Ultraman Arc gets a fucking S+ in my opinion. Please comment below, let me know. Yeah, if you like the video, please like it. Also, if you haven't helped your subscribe button achieve its final wish of becoming a subscribe button, please do. Don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.